Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get to it. The very first thing I want to show you guys are some really cool Jurassic World style zoom riders that were found by Cherry Barrett in Australia. They're really cool looking cars, and honestly, if Australia wasn't so far away, I would love to get some myself, but I feel like the shipping costs for these to the United States would probably be a pretty penny, but regardless, they're still really cool looking, especially the Mosasaurus. I really quite like that Mosasaurus car right there, and you can see there's a Triceratops, a Tyrannosaurus, and a Velociraptor Blue as well. So if these are something you are interested in and you are from Australia, make sure to keep your eye out for these really cool looking Jurassic World cars. Also, as far as Schleich goes, we had previously announced the 2021 releases from Schleich. However, there were actually two that somehow were, I guess, kind of missed over by most people, including myself, and there are two different pterosaur releases, although the releases aren't exactly just specifically like a prehistoric animal alone. It's a set, as you can see from this image here. It's a set, and this one has a pterosaur carrying a man with some sort of almost like a jetpack like contraption. I think the pterosaur actually looks pretty darn nice, and I am hoping to get a hold of this one at some point when it does officially release. However, there is yet another set as well with the pterosaur included, this time including a man and a helicopter, and another really cool looking set. Honestly, it seems like Schleich seems to be heading in almost a Jurassic Park style or Jurassic World style theme as far as a lot of their newer releases go, aside from the standalone dinosaur figures. But honestly, I think both of these actually look quite cool. The pterosaurs themselves are definitely pretty nice looking, and I will hopefully get a hold of both of these and review them for you guys at some point when they are officially released. And then as far as Creative Beast Studio and the Beast of the Mesozoic goes, we actually had some new figures unveiled on us a few days back. Well, I don't really know that I'd call them new figures, but it is just the Zuniceratops that we had previously reviewed as far as the Ceratopsian series goes, in a glow-in-the-dark re-release, and both of these versions of it, you have an orange and a green version, kind of a throwback to the old glow-in-the-dark dinosaurs that probably many of us had when we were children. If you're around my age, you're definitely familiar with those glow-in-the-dark dinosaur figures. One of which you can actually already pre-order on the Beast of the Mesozoic Kickstarter, as this will be released with Wave 2, or you can also pre-order the orange version from Toy Pizza, which is actually a site that I had never even heard of until now, but definitely something to look into if you're a fan of those glow-in-the-dark dinosaur figures like me, and obviously David Silva is as well, so make sure you check out the links, as I will include links in the description to both pre-orders where you can go ahead and pick up either or both of these incredibly cool glow-in-the-dark Ceratopsian figures. And then as far as GR Toys goes and their upcoming Carcharadontosaurus figure, we actually have quite a few more images of the figure, as these images have just recently surfaced online showing off more of what these figures look like. Really incredible looking, honestly. The sculpts of these figures are just off the charts, but honestly, I think on top of the sculpt looking incredible, my favorite part would definitely be the paint schemes, and I really hope that the actual factory released paint schemes do translate over from the prototypes just like this, because these paint schemes are incredible. Two very creative looking paint schemes and absolutely beautiful looking paint schemes if you ask me. But again, both of these figures look to be quite easily the best Carcharadontosaurus figures that will be entering my collection, so to say I'm excited about these figures is putting it very mildly. And then as far as Rodrigo Rivaz goes, he is the man that's been creating many very cool Jurassic Park style hatchlings, or babies, or whatever you want to call them. He just recently created yet another one, and this one is the Sinoceratops baby, and look at how incredibly beautiful this is. Again, he continues to pull off such incredible work continuously, and this is another prime example of just how beautiful of a baby dinosaur, Jurassic Park inspired baby dinosaur, he can create. The detail on this looks phenomenal, and just overall a really nice looking baby dinosaur figure that I hopefully will get a hold of at some point in the future. And again, if you are interested in picking this up, I will include a link in the description to where you can contact Rodrigo Rivaz on Facebook, or you can of course contact me and I will contact him for you to help you place an order for this. And then as far as Nanmu goes, we got to look at the very first prototype of the V Rex, and the detail looks off the charts incredible. There is just so much sculpt and detail included in this. Again, Nanmu is easily one of the most impressive companies to come along in a very long time if you are a dinosaur figure collector. And again, totally taking the V Rex and completely bringing it to justice in figure form. It's easily the best looking V Rex figure that I have ever seen. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear as though they have fixed that little area of the tail that should have a little bit of a different look to the tip of the tail, but even without that, again, it is just incredible in every way, and I could not be more excited about getting a hold of this figure. This thing is just something that I am counting the days until it releases, because I love the Peter Jackson King Kong film, and I am 1000% in love with this V Rex as well. And then the final thing I have is actually of PNSO, as if you have been checking out the community section of my channel, you'll know that they have just recently unveiled their brand new Tyrannosaurus Rex Wilson. This is probably like the 4th or 5th variant of Wilson. However, this is the newest version with a total resculpt, and you can see that it's a much more accurate interpretation of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and probably the single most accurate Tyrannosaurus that is out on the market currently, I would imagine. The only thing I think that is missing, and this is still up for debate, would be potentially lips on the figure, as many people have actually complained about the lack of lips on the figure as a whole. But again, still up for debate. Nobody knows for sure if Tyrannosaurus did in fact have lips, and I personally think the figure looks incredible in every possible way. The sculpt and paint, everything on this looks fantastic, but I was really interested to see what the actual factory released version looked like. And then these images were actually sent to me, and you could see that these images are obviously of the Tyrannosaurus, the actual factory released version. Unfortunately, I don't know who the images originated from, so I do apologize for not crediting them. If I find that information out, I will be sure to include that in the description. But again, the Rex actually looks pretty darn nice overall as far as the actual factory released version. I feel like the paint isn't quite as nice as the prototype, but it never really is. But it does look very, very good, and the overall sculpt looks fantastic. Looking at it from all these different angles, I'm really excited to get a hold of this one and get it in hand and take a look at it in person. And they did actually include a comparison with the older variation of Wilson, which I was really intrigued to see, so you can get a good idea of what the size difference is between the two. They're fairly similar in size, very different positioning, and very different appearance overall for the Tyrannosaurus, but regardless, it is an incredible release yet again from PNSO, and is currently up for order on Dan's Dinosaurs, and I believe that is the cheapest site currently that has it up for about the $60 range, as most other places are like $65 or even more potentially. But looking at how beautiful this figure is, I would say that that price tag is definitely worth it. So I will include a link in the description to Dan's Dinosaurs, where you can head on over there right now and purchase this incredible looking PNSO Tyrannosaurus. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.